Nightfall. This is my husband, Lennox Nightfall. We've been living here in this neighborhood for over 30 years. There's a lot happening, and I first met Chris Gadsden at Lincoln High School when my son started there 3 years ago. I started working with him and his campaign when he first came to me and asked if we could sign his petition. I like what Chris Gadsden have done since he's been a councilman. Even before he's been a councilman, he's done a lot for this community, Ward B especially. To be honest with you, I have never met a councilman or anyone that has run for any offices in Jersey City. I've been in our neighborhood. The first person that I've met is Chris Gadsden. We've walked with him with Jersey City Cleanup. I can testify that if someone needed any help with anything, they have a problem, they have an issue, that they could call him. And I've seen firsthand what he has done, getting on his phone immediately and contact who he needs to contact and getting what needs to be done and helping that person.
Why is it important to have a voice, and how is that reflective of me?
My name is Kevin Thurston. I'm a lifelong resident of Jersey City, born and raised here on Roosevelt Avenue in Ward B. What I expect from a leader, a political leader, I expect that person to be sensitive to the needs, at least an ear to his or her constituents. And I know our current ward leader, Chris. Chris is someone that I have worked with in a program educating our kids. And I feel that he possesses a lot of the traits that I just expounded on, meaning that he is a listener. I know just working with him as a peer, he listened to, and we tried to come up with different innovation things to reach the children that we were trying to teach. And that's leadership. Also, that shows a person who was compassionate to what he does. So in that respect, I think Chris is the person for councilman of this ward, and if I may add, who knows, even further, he may be the mayor. How you doing? How you doing, my neighbor? Patch, come on over, man. How you doing? And you met Chris. Just somebody.
Chris is a very good friend of ours.
Yeah, and
he wants a leadership to do some work around his Roosevelt Avenue. Get his speed bumps or the roads, they all deteriorate and nobody cares, and people speed like crazy in his area. So, and he says he's going to do something about it. I would hope so.
Right.
Hi, my name is Kimberly Goga, and I've lived in Ward B for 14 years. What I really like and expect about leadership is that although they're very willing to talk, they're also very willing to listen. A lot of good leaders are also great listeners, and they will take the opinions of other people, maybe who don't necessarily agree with them, into consideration. It's always very important to have a diverse mindset and a diverse set of people to help you decide what's best, not just for yourself, but for everyone else. I've lived in Ward B for most of my life, and being an advocate for my ward is especially important to me because there are other people who cannot speak up for themselves. What I like about Chris Gadsden is that he's very approachable and he'll keep it very honest with you. And another thing that's really great is that he has these meetings within the community, so if you don't know where to start, that's where to start. Meeting with someone like him who knows how to get all these resources, where to connect you to, where to talk to if you have a certain issue about something going on in Ward B. And whoever wants to talk to him, he will listen, and he will be able to draw people from different sides in order for one common goal.
With different people, I've been talking to old educators I used to work with, just residents who live in Jersey City all their lives, and like everyone's just basically speaking to the essence of why I'm doing this. Like what's all of this for? In this day and age, people ask me like, who am I going to run with, politics and all the rest of that stuff. I'm getting a sense of like what really matters to people. like us, like we matter. Like forget about everybody else in this election and all that this stuff, but we matter to each other, and that's the reason. So I'm getting a little,
You okay?
getting a little mushy, whatever, because it's real.
To me, what we need for a leader for our ward is somebody who is first and foremost going to make sure they're constantly informing us about what's going on. Every day we have important decisions being made on behalf of us, the city, with substantial, large amounts of money. I mean, we had SciTech City where they're giving away this huge parcel of land for $1. And everything is very rushed with that. We had constant tax breaks, proposing tax breaks for Kushner-owned buildings. To me, leadership first and foremost starts with making sure that the people have the information they need to stay informed, because a lot of money is being made, you know, these decisions are being made about a lot of money on our behalf, often without our knowledge. And as far as being a voice for the people, you know, I think anyone who's attended a council meeting has seen Chris isn't just going to go along with the pack, you know, when there's a lot of pressure to do so. So we need to make sure everybody is informed. We need to make sure that we're not just steamrolling ahead without doing our homework. And he's not afraid to speak up at the council meetings. And I think, you know, we've heard him on a number of occasions speak up about his concern about abatements, concern about giving away a parcel of land to SciTech City with very little expected revenue for the city. And so that's what we need as far as a voice, somebody who's going to make sure that they're looking at how these measures impact our community, and that they're not afraid to stand up and voice that at the council meeting, even when there's pressure to just go along with the herd. What struck me most about Chris from day one is how accessible he's made himself. I mean, he gives me a cell phone number. When I call, I have a concern, he picks up. He's willing to discuss the issues in depth with me. And also he's reached out to me to solicit my input for things like working on the revision to the PLA, the Project Labor Agreement, minority hiring provisions, to make sure that we strengthen them in the enforcement. And so to have, you know, Ward B is a huge ward. We have, you know, tens of thousands of people here, and to have a councilman who's that interested in soliciting feedback from the community, to reach out, you know, share cell phone numbers, to always be available, is truly remarkable, and not something that I ever expected. So that's been amazing to have that sort of relationship with Chris, and to feel like my voice is really being heard.
People in Jersey City expect their leaders to be responsive, receptive, and accountable. And that's the type of leader that I've been over the last 5-6 months that I've been on the city council. You know, Ward B, we haven't had consistent leadership over the past 7 years. Moving forward, we need to fight harder, work harder for all of our residents in this ward. And I believe that I'm that type of leader. I want to continue to be responsive. I want to continue to fight. I want to continue to advocate. That's why I'm on the city council. I'm your city councilman. And so moving forward, we have a lot of work to do inside of this ward. And together, when we fight, when we advocate, when we do everything in our power to make Jersey City great, it will be. Ward B, we are one ward with one voice.